everybody. Welcome to the Urban Hermit Podcast. Cameron Jones here, along with my co-host,
Mark Nussle.
Jordan Jones. I'm gonna take it right off the bat. Mark, I notice your background is in honor of something. Someone.
The date is currently September 8th, and Queen Elizabeth just passed away. We just got word. This is breaking news for us, but when this comes out, it will not be. End of a change
God
of an
save the Queen.
Change of an era. I don't have much to say on it, as I am not British and don't have much to say on the monarchy, but wow.
Yeah, wow. No,
Gone,
she
but
was
not forgotten.
96, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she lived a full life. She did. Many hats.
So I'm not here to talk ill about her, but I love British people being like, fuck the Queen. Like, essentially, like, we don't give a shit, you know? Like, I like British comedians talking about the Queen. That's my favorite
I think we over here almost care more about the Queen than like they do.
It does seem like that. And funny enough, I saw a
could be
British
incorrect
person
about
post, your Queen lived longer than ours, and it was a picture of Betty White versus the Queen.
Oh, damn. So close. So close.
I bet that tweet did some numbies.
I have a
people's
question.
champion.
I have a question for you guys. This was coming up earlier on something else, but if you had to, would you rather cut off one of your fingers with a pair of like scissors, or pull one of your teeth out with a pair of pliers?
Teeth.
Cut off one of my fingers.
The teeth does
easy.
seem like the thing that you like. I'd like my fingers, but that seems
It's not loose though.
Yeah, that seems hard for me to do.
And let me tell you this: can't be like a molar. It's got to be like one of the front.
Oh,
Front
it's gotta
tooth?
be. I would maybe go like
Front
canine.
leg.
I think I want my chompers, my Bugs Bunnies. You know.
I got a question. Post cutting off the finger or your tooth, do you get a replacement digit? Or
Oh no, this isn't.
replacement tooth?
Nope, you have to do one or the other. It's just a life or death situation here. This is some.
So I
think I
can't
could
put
do-
in a gold tooth or.
Well, yeah, like you can get a prosthetic or something. It's not like, but we're not like paying for you to get a new finger. You know what I mean? It's like it's gone, and you'll have to deal with that. However you.
Well, then
want
I think
to.
it's way easier to get a fake tooth than it is a fake finger.
That's true, but I will agree with Mark on. I think it'd be easier for me to just suddenly yank a tooth out than
Well,
to
hold
like.
on.
Because here's what I'm saying: you can't like chop a finger. I'm giving you like you have to like scissor that shit off. So like.
Oh, well, that's impossible. And also, I heard there's something like your brain. This could be just I don't know if MythBusters did this, cut their finger off or something. That you can't like your human just can't cut their own like one of their digits off. Your brain
It's
just won't let you.
specifically you have enough pressure to bite off any of your fingers, but
That's what it
your
is.
mouth stops you from doing it, and it feels the pressure. But theoretically, if you can get past
That's
that
a
block,
baby carrot.
Yeah.
Then someone said there's a baby carrot theory.
I think it was like that. That it's like not much harder than biting through a baby carrot to get like through your finger, kind of.
What if I just bit my finger off just now? Oh
We'd
my god!
end the podcast early, and you would get nothing for this.
I've bit baby carrots less than that though. What I just did to my own finger.
You don't know what I'm worried about, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can't be the
yeah.
same. I'm biting my finger right now.
Okay. So this is terrifying. Number one, I just
You know
have
what
to say,
I'm a little interested in? I'm surprised we don't like nick our balls or dicks when we're naked enough. Like it just never gets caught on anything.
elaborate. What do you? Why?
Is it the Frank or the beans?
You'd have to be like, I feel like swinging around for it to like catch on something. Like, are you just twirling naked in your house often?
No, but you know, like you get naked, you're like, oh, I got to do these 3 things before I put on clothes or like shower.
No,
Just
Here's-
never
here's
nicked
what
a thing.
I would say like most of the time when I'm naked about my house, it's like an A to B kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Jordan's
just
the
like,
naked window neighbor.
Are you a naked
I throw
around
in
the
C's
house
and
guy?
D's. Say I
If
get
I'm
naked.
home alone, I am.
Yeah, for sure. You know.
I'm not going to sit on anything. I'm just walking around though, just dangling.
Yeah, I'm naked sometimes. What of it?
Not me. I mean,
Not
I
for
guess
like not for like 4 hours, but I mean, you know, 2 hours.
Sounds like it. It sounds like you're doing enough tasks to like nick your wiener on something.
Okay,
No,
so
I
I
agree- I
guess
agree with Cam.
I
I'm
guess
surprised
A
it
to
doesn't
B,
get
yeah,
nicked.
you're pretty sure that your wiener's not going to get nicked. But you're like, oh, I forgot to do this. Let me just run downstairs and get the
I
weed
think
whacker out and whack
let's
the
say
weeds.
like you stub your toe, right? A bunch of times.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think it's closer to like stubbing your toe.
No,
It really never gets in the way of
What I'm
anything.
saying
It's
is
just
you stub your toe quite often, and that's just because like.
Because it's
got it
leading
out.
your force of movement. That's the first point of contact.
I'm agreeing with you, Cameron. I'm
Okay.
saying your wiener. You're very conscious of where its location.
You got to be
and where
leading
it's
with
at.
your hips in that situation.
You're doing the opposite. You're kind of You're working around things, working around corners.
Like that's the only thing I could see is like catching it on like an island corner or some sort of corner, a hand railing possibly.
That's true. I guess on the flip side is, well, I'm clothed. I don't catch my crotch on many things.
True.
You guys ever go free balling in like pair of jeans? The zipper an issue?
No.
Zipper's
No.
never been
I'm
an
never
issue
gonna
for
do
me.
it.
I'm not a free baller in general.
Denim seems so uncomfortable. Oh my God. Like the only time I freeballed is like gym shorts, and it's like a more so like I need to throw these on.
I'm out of underwear.
Yeah, I need to go get some underwear quick, and like I'm freeballing in these, you know? It's not like
I definitely I have a distinct like burned in my memory. I went to a basketball practice in 7th grade with boxers. Sucked. Just the worst day. Just
you need,
not enough
you need
support.
to be support.
Yeah, but not only
can't
that,
have
it's
them
just a
flopping
sweaty
around.
mess. It's just too much going on.
I have a conundrum for you. This happened to me in football. I went to school a little fancier, wearing a polo shirt. Totally forgot I didn't have PE, didn't have a change of clothes. So come football practice, like, shit, do I wear this polo or do I just go shirtless? And I think I wore the polo.
Dude.
It was fucking
You gotta
hot.
go like Remember the Titans shirtless. 50
I think you go shirtless
That
in that
would've-
scenario.
See, someone on the team was going shirtless all the time and kept breaking out on his shoulders and back because it was just like sweating and like just being.
Well,
like, I didn't want that.
I'm also arguing it from the standpoint I know how many like nice clothes you probably didn't have. So it's like why take one out of the register as a kid? You're gonna need that shirt later.
Well, that's my whole thing for laundry. I'll free ball for laundry because I need that extra pair of underwear. I'm gonna want those clean.
See, whereas I'm just going to wear the dirty pair of second
Maybe that's just because I
launder.
don't.
Why-
Maybe that's because I don't have a.
How gross are your
enough
underwear,
underwear.
that you can't just give that like 10 more hours of laundry? That's my
I push
question.
it to the limit. No, so this goes back to my getting naked point. Say I start a load of laundry, it's like, oh, I don't want to put on anything to just get it dirty, so I'm gonna go quick do this, then I'm gonna shower, then I'm gonna put on new clothes.
Okay. Well, my whole
So Cameron's
routine-
just bragging he's got all kinds of underwear.
Yeah, it sounds like you just have too much underwear.
Maybe you have too much
but
underwear. Maybe
let
you
me-
want to get to that.
Let me tell you where this started.
You know what happens up is it piles up. It's like having too many forks.
You always need one. You never have to wash it again. Good point, Mark. Here's what happened. See,
So
Mark
Megs
and
and I,
when-
since we
hold up. When we
moved-
were living at that apartment, our laundromat caught on fire next door, and we couldn't do laundry conveniently for like a month and a half, 2 months. So during that time, I just kept buying new underwear and like plain shirts, like Hanes from Target, and I accumulated an absurd amount of underwear. And now I found that if you don't shower often, don't care about having a dirty shirt, I can just cycle through underwear and like not do laundry for fucking ever. It's great.
You know what that sounds like? It's married life.
I feel like it's usually the opposite for people. I feel like they're doing more chores and like, you know, being tidier. I've regressed, if anything, but
I just don't have a lot of clothes, or I don't wear a lot of the clothes I
Jordan,
do.
I don't have a lot of clothes.
I'm doing laundry all the
I have
time.
a lot of
I have a lot of
underwear.
underwear.
See, that's the secret, Jordan.
Although I think you are forgetting to tell the listeners, you are a proponent of wearing robes as well. So how much does this factor into your
Here's the
not
thing,
going naked?
my robe
Are
isn't-
you a robe with nothing on underneath guy? Because that's even more weird.
So, only if it's like shower to bedroom, room to shower kind
Like
of thing.
Valentine's Day or something. I
Yeah,
gotcha,
yeah, but
special
honestly,
occasion.
most of the time, my robe is more of like the dude from Big Lebowski, where I'm wearing shorts, wearing a shirt, I'm indoor with a robe. It's just like an extra.
It's not tied, is it?
Sometimes it's a wearable blanket, guys. It's a snuggie. It was the
How
first.
often do you have to wash a robe? You think?
See, that's the
I
question.
think you
How
just-
often
you just
should I
throw
be
it away
washing this
eventually.
robe? Because the answer is not a lot, Mark.
The answer is
Yeah.
less than you should be, is what he's doing.
I've
Also, isn't it just a warm trench coat you're wearing inside the house?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't worn it in a while. It's a winter thing, is what it is. It's gonna get cold when there's a nip in the air. There's snow on the ground. I'm gonna have a robe on. I'm gonna have my flannel bottoms, and I'm gonna be wearing slippers. The whole thing.
I don't think Mark, do you own a robe?
I would like to. Maybe like a kimono, something looks silkier.
You should.
a little.
I don't know if you want that. I want the fluff factor. You know, I want the blanket situation.
Kimono says you just had sex, like you're grabbing food from like
Or
the
you're about
DoorDash guy,
to.
and like you just got fucked, or you
It
fucked.
definitely
So I
strikes
did
me as like
hear
a
that Mark
pervy.
I heard Mark does wear a kimono only to pick up food from the door. It's like no big deal, just happened.
That's all I've got. That's all
Thanks
I've
to the
got.
Chinese. Sorry, it's not even mine. It's not. It is short. I know, but
This
you know,
isn't mine.
Thanks to the Chinese. Sorry about the tip. And then you shut it.
I
And
would
that's
like
not
a
a
pair
double
of
entendre.
maybe
That was monetary.
I want a pair of silken pajamas like Scott Calvin
Santa
from
Claus,
Santa
Scott
Claus,
Calvin,
yeah.
SC.
Or at
Got
least
'em
an
from
actual
Judy.
pair of like pajamas. I don't have a pair of like matching pajamas.
I did one time do a little price comparison on the internet for a Scrooge type nightgown. Turns out you're going to want to go to Brook Brothers and spend a good $200 if you want the look.
See, I think I can get you a sheet to pass out in, though. I can get you something that's like not $200. It's going to be coarse and itchy, I'll tell you that, but it's a sack.
Yeah, I think you want the thread count to be high for your nightgown. I think I'm a nightgown type of guy.
What kind of blankets do you guys prefer to sleep with? Because I not recently, but after Nicole and I started dating, those like hotel kind of fluffier blankets,
duvet.
That's like all we buy now, and I need a fluffy blanket like that now to get all cozy with. Essentially, my robe material.
Wait. I'm sorry. Duvet is like the stuff like flat, feathery one where it's like kind of fancier on top, almost too heavy.
That's your.
I think that's called a down cover, right?
No. I'm just talking those like cottony, like just blankets
that's what we like to sleep with now.
Oh, because I love those. I just really do. Jordan, you just rocking a regular like comforter big blanket?
Yeah, I think we're talking down, right? We're just talking down
comforter.
Yeah.
Well, like on the bed, yeah, but like on the couch, no. Just like whatever on the couch.
When winter comes around, those are nice, but in summer, we end up kicking those to the floor anyways.
Oh, I've been waking up pretty gross and sweaty. Yeah. It's a sheet. You got to be a summer sheet person.
When winter comes, the only thing I really need is a pair of slippers and socks because my toes get cold. No matter how the inside is, my toes get cold.
Do you and I get every Christmas and I never end up wearing much? Like any of those
thick socks?
Yeah, those like nice thick socks. Because my thinking process is always, if I wear these, they'll be ruined. Like in an actual shoe. If I wear them in the house, they're gonna get dirty and ruined anyway. So like, I wear them once or twice, then I put them away, and I never take them out again because I want to keep them.
They always promote like these are like aloe infused socks. It's like, well, what happens when I wash these fuckers?
Or what happens if I don't
and the
ever?
infusing leaves? Then they're just socks.
Yep.
Then they're just fuzzy socks.
I got a lot of socks.
So Cameron and Mark treat their like comfy Christmas socks like some people treat Jordans. You're like, I just can't wear them out. I gotta keep them crisp.
Can't crease those motherfuckers.
Can't crease those motherfuckers. Got to keep them just as crisp as can be.
I feel like you're
always one and done's, and you're flaunting it. That's cool.
You were always worse about me with, I think, keeping your shoes a little more pristine for as long as you could. I was always a little more rough.
Who's that? Me or Jordan?
Jordan, I think. You just
in middle school, I had like the white
shoes,
on white. I had the white on white K-Swiss in middle school, and it was a nightmare because I got them as a birthday present. My birthday's at the end of fall, beginning of winter. It was just a minefield to even walk. I'm like, I just can't even. I can't deal with this. It's slushy. It's muddy. Whatever. So that was the last pair of shoes I tried to keep clean. Now I just
my white on white K-Swiss. I went to the mall to that kiosk guy who would like scuff them up for you. Get them. Yeah, he'd like clean them up for you.
Was it worth it? Is the shoe shine the clean? Is it worth it?
Well, once he does one, he's like, well, now you got to pay me if you want me to do the other ones.
Joke's on you. I'll be back tomorrow with the other shoe, and you won't even know.
Wait, this is the right K-Swiss.
You know what?
Or K-Swiss is coming back. Has that come full circle yet? Are the kids doing that?
Jordan, 20-year cycles.
The white on white K-Swiss. I think it's been 20 years then.
Yeah, it's like a nostalgia thing right now. Do you and I kind of miss? Do you remember just how comfortable skating shoes were, Mark? Oh, just big and fluffy. I mean, granted, they still exist, but we just don't really.
What was the arch support on those motherfuckers?
Oh, they were
not enough.
Well, they were flat as can be, so you can do tricks and stuff on like the underside, and that was the whole gimmick. They were wide and flat, but the inside was just a fluff ball. It was just they're always so soft.
Yeah,
you know what shoes
still around.
Shoes I always wanted to like, but since I have flat feet, I like the look aesthetically of Chuck Taylors. Converse, but they're awful for your feet.
They're very uncomfortable. Shoes. We were big into
canvas. I can't believe people played basketball in there and got.
Well, I see people work out in them still, like even like fitness influencers. Like
that's absurd. They must have a deal.
I mean, the worst fad of that was when we were in high school and everyone got really just into the cheap like $10 canvas shoes, which were the same thing but fell apart way quicker and just so freezing in like the Midwest during winter. Just no insulation whatsoever.
And no arch support.
Yeah, again, just flat as can be.
Flat feet people.
Flat as can be. I got a question for you. I've been watching a lot of The End Is Nigh, the new Bill Nye series, where he talks about how the world's going to end and if we can do anything to stop it. So, just question to you.
Does it have a cool theme song?
Does it have a cool theme song? I kind of can't remember. It's pretty dark.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I would say it's a little more like that if it did have a theme song. Yeah.
Again.
But,
Bill
okay.
Nye told you for years.
World's ending in a catastrophe. What are you guys going to choose? How would you like to go out?
Opium.
That's not an
Opioids.
option. So the opioid crisis, you're just going to be a member and the cause of it?
Oh, I thought you mean
No,
how do
I'm
I choose
talking
the
like
world to go out?
asteroid, rising sea levels,
Oh.
tsunami, nuclear.
Ultimately, an asteroid that the news doesn't tell us about and just lights go off would be the best. I don't want any.
Would you want a warning, or would you just want it to hit? Would you want like 5 hours, no warning?
So here's an argument for a warning. You get like
No.
a Gotham and Samora and a day's party. If you want to be a part of that, you got to leave everybody and just kind of like, do what you want.
I'd like a day. Tell me like 24 hours in advance, maybe, if we're going to be annihilated. I don't think I'll go crazy and go on a murder spree or anything, but I mean, I'll probably just get really.
I'm still gonna have the same like $3,000 to do with that. Like, nothing's gonna change.
Well, I don't think people are going to be.
Mark, you got a hand, you got a mouth, you got all kind of currency that doesn't matter at the end of the world. Like, you can get to where you want to do. Those $3,000 don't matter, that's for sure. But you got a nice looking body and you got a winning attitude, and I think you're gonna have more fun than you think.
Okay, so I have a question for you. I think we would all probably want to just be incinerated by an asteroid or nuclear strike. But let's say we have to go day after tomorrow. Would you rather have it get too hot or too cold?
Cold.
Too
Got
cold?
a chance.
Yeah.
Got a chance, right?
What if it's
Too cold.
Day after tomorrow cold.
Too cold. Then you can kind of choose when you go. Because I mean,
Yeah, but day after
Offer
tomorrow,
yourself is still an
day after
option there.
okay, listen, day after tomorrow, everybody goes out into it, and some people last. In the opposite, the heat, you're done. You're done.
Cave system.
You're not going to make it through.
We have to go underground. We have to go to Missouri and find an open cave.
Well, I'm not in Missouri. I think you have to be in Missouri, otherwise you're not getting there. I don't know.
you can always put stuff on. You can't take stuff off.
Wait a minute. Was that the end of Deep Impact? Did they all just go to a cave in Missouri?
I've never seen Deep Impact like
can't
all the way through.
We've talked about it so much.
No, I understand what Deep Impact is. I don't think it's one of those movies I've seen, beginning to end ever.
I have at least 5 times in the past few months because I kept putting it on to do work and then falling asleep or just zoning out. It's a little boring compared to Armageddon.
Okay, so what are we? Are we desert world? Because these are two conceivable things. Do we want a desert world and we just have this weird pre-apocalyptic world, or do we want water
Right, I was
world?
about to say, so
Have you seen the Burning Man pictures from this year? There's like a whole dust storm.
yeah,
it
it
does
looks-
look like a post-apocalyptic.
it looks terrible. So essentially, I think
Yeah,
what
but those
Jordan is
what
setting
it
up is: are we Mad Max or are we Waterworld? And I think I'd much rather be Waterworld. At least it's, I can,
Yeah, you
I
get
can
jet
cool off.
skis. You can do a cool stunt show at Universal. Nobody's doing Mad Max.
How are they still getting gasoline for these jet skis? If I'm assuming that the world is I'm assuming that it took quite a while for the world to get how it did.
What is the question? Is it preference or without unaliving yourself? What are you gonna you're gonna last longer?
No,
in which
just
condition?
preference. You're gonna die in it. Which one would you rather die in? We're not gonna live.
Water?
Drowning or just dehydrating, essentially, is kind of where you're left. I think I'll take drowning.
Drowning.
Are you going to
Yep.
fight the good fight, or are you just going to kind of off yourself in the best way possible?
I'm gonna.
That's not that you can't off yourself. I mean,
Can't
you can-
off yourself. Okay.
You can't unalive yourself.
I
I
think.
got to go water. I got to go water over desert. Although from a fashion aspect, the desert's pretty sweet. You got to wear bandanas and headgear and get all steampunky. That's nice.
Yeah,
I think
guess.
I'd show better in the desert than I would in the water world.
I get pruny pretty quick too.
I mean,
Yeah.
think of Waterworld. They were essentially wearing the same sort of rags and moccasin looking shit. It wasn't that far off.
That's true. That's true.
I think no matter what, when
what's nice
society
about-
falls, we're all going to be wearing the same kind of rags. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what's awesome is we all get to pierce our ears, and it's like it's the new world. We all got cool earrings now. Deal with it.
Turns
That's the
out
way
Jordan
it is.
just dies from an infection from a bad piercing on his boat.
Jordan's gonna
you
stumble
were-
into a Jar Jar Binks type of world.
Oh, an underwater
Misa
bubble.
wouldn't mind that. Misa wouldn't
Atlantis,
mind
yeah.
that at all.
Oh, interesting. In sad news, maybe, pumpkin spice has now officially entered Merriam's dictionary as a new pumpkin
Oh.
spice is now just a word, I guess. It's
Cool.
become that big.
What's the definition?
Hyphenated.
I believe it's the seasonings of pumpkin and spice. I don't know. I didn't even click on it, but
That's it.
it's I'm not a big pumpkin spice fan myself, but I know there are people out there that love it, and it's in.
I don't mind it. I'm not going to gatekeep it. I don't like the gatekeepers that do that, though. Where it's like, oh, all these basic bitches and their pumpkin spice.
I don't seek it out. When I get one, I'm always pleasantly like, that was fun for 1 or 2 drinks, but I don't want that for everything. You know what I mean?
I'm not jazzed for it, but when I have it, I'm like, oh, I like that. I like that. I like pumpkin bars. I like a pumpkin beer. I like pumpkin spice.
In recent escaped animal news, wolf recaptured after escaping from Cleveland Zoo habitat. Because this podcast pretty much is.
This just happens more than not.
It is crazy how many animals are escaping from a zoo. I also did see a female chimpanzee escape from a zoo also this week. A wolf briefly escaped its habitat in an Ohio zoo, but was recaptured and no guests or employees were hurt. Does it say how it got out? It got out at 10:20 a.m.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna sum up all these stories. We're not dealing with a very smart wolf. We're just dealing with people that are bad at their jobs. I'm pretty sure I locked it. It's not like it's a genius wolf we're dealing with. We're just dealing with people that are shitty at their job.
It is seeming like
I'm one of those people. I'm always going to be shitty at my job, and I get when these things happen.
And good news, it was the Mexican gray wolf, which is the smallest of wolf species, only weighing 40 kilograms. No conversion there. Not much of a story here. It just looks like a
no conversion.
Just looks like a wolf got out at a zoo right around opening, and everything was fine. So.
Hopefully it was just fed, you know.
I didn't write this story down, but a female chimpanzee escaped from a zoo and was walking the city streets for hours. And then I think it's
40 kilograms is 88 pounds, just for anybody playing along at home.
That's a big dog.
That's a big dog still.
Big dog.
That's 20 more pounds than my standard poodle, and he's a heft. So
and 100% more wolf. Maybe not 100%, but a lot more percent.
A lot more wolf. Decent amount more
I'd be
wolf.
way more scared of a chimpanzee than a wolf, wouldn't you?
Kind of.
What was the 90s movie with maybe the kid from Santa Claus with the chimpanzee in the hotel and maybe
oh shit. It's something in
Dunstan checks in.
It's an orangutan, I think.
Fuck. We're just living that
which
life
are
now,
on the endangered species list. For some reason that popped up on the radio today that we really need to save the orangutan.
What was the Tang ape?
I believe
so. We got
but the Tang was an orangutan.
Orangutan or was it a chimp?
It was an orangutan.
Orangutan. That makes sense. That was a dumb question.
Yeah, come on. What do you think? What do you got there?
Dunstan check. Is it the kid from?
I think so. I think it's the kid from Santa Claus.
From Santa Claus?
I'm pretty sure you're right.
So we were in a really sweet spot for chimp movies. We got Space Chimps. Congo came out. Meet Joe Black or Young, whichever that one is.
Mighty Joe
Young.
Mighty Joe Young.
Black is not a ape.
That's
movie.
for Brad Pitt's death, right? And then he wants to date a girl, so he steals someone's body.
Sure is.
But death met his match, and that match's name was Anthony Hopkins.
I kind of like that movie, even though I think a lot of people hate it.
It's not great.
Yeah.
Highlights of that movie are literally Brad Pitt's highlighted hair.
And him getting hit by the taxi is kind of funny, if I recall.
That's an all-time. I don't remember that movie from childhood. I don't think I saw it. And Megan's like, you've never seen this? It's got the best scene of all movies. And she played that where he gets hit. It just really pops out of nowhere. It's aged poorly, but in a great way.
I actually watched that with you the first time, and you made me rewind it like 5 times, and you were laughing hysterically.
Well, there you go.
So it rubbed
That's
off
how you make the memories.
In science news, it has been announced that time is not linear. It's happening all at once.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what
I'm about to puke.
Christopher Nolan's been telling us this entire time.
Yeah, this has been a theory for a long time, but I think we've actually proved it. I did there was like a science experiment they did where essentially they asked people to read a set prompt, like a script, and then
my mind is in a pretzel. What does that even mean?
So it was a study where they asked these people to read a script, and then afterwards, half of the people were then like informed about the text they were reading about, and then essentially there was this whole thing that when people were taught something after the fact, it seemed to have an effect on before they did something. And there seems to be some sort of effect on that, but it seems.
So my follow-up question is, what does it mean? What can we do with this? When I look at my watch and it says
time
6:30,
slips. Essentially,
still 6:30.
A lot of people questions of time slips and like random other like ghosts, maybe of like essentially we're all layered on top of each other. So a lot of this could be like people jumping into different.
So that would be
to me. Are you saying before someone like knew what pi was? Some mathematician knew what pi was, then they figured that out. And you're saying if I learned what pi was, it'll come easier for me? Is that... You're also frozen.
More than anything, this explains deja vu. It's like, oh, you may have exhibited it on your timeline before. So
Okay.
maybe it did or did not happen. So is that what we're talking about? We got Cameron lost.
He's
Mark,
gone.
you still
He's
with
gone.
us?
I'm here.
What if he's not
And I'm
gone?
still
he's
as lost as ever.
So Cameron is stroking his chin in our frozen picture. Do you think he's really deep in thought with his answer, or he is actually frozen? If Cameron's able to, if he's able to
I think
freeze,
the government got to him. The FBI was like, "Oh, cut him off, cut
that's
him
it.
off,
That's
cut
the
him
last
off."
time we see Cameron. I guess it's sad for both of us, but more sad for me because I'm losing a brother and you're just losing a dear friend.
Yeah.
No, it might
You're
be more.
losing
No,
an
because I
uncle.
don't have another. An uncle will be lost to
Little Ave.
little Abe,
Little Avy baby.
little Avy baby. But I guess he doesn't know him yet, so he won't take it. I'll just have to tell the tale of Cameron. I don't think he's coming back. It's just a 2-person podcast.
This might actually be a good time to bring up. It's the first day of football.
Ooh, who's our
Thursday night
kickoff
football.
game?
I think it's Bills Rams
Ooh, that's gonna
happening
be
right now. Yep.
I'm Team Bills. I got a
That's
good
fun.
friend that I grew up, one of my good friends, Bills fan. So
Yep.
I'm Team Bills. And we're back.
We thought the FBI got to it. We'll be honest. We're like,
We thought the CIA. We thought some organization that dealt with time, whatever Christopher Nolan gets his scripts written from.
he's still. They're not letting him log on.
We haven't stopped recording. Are you with us?
No, he's not. It is a good first game. I think it's two powerhouse teams.
Okay, so we know you're a Bears fan. What do you think? You can't win the division because Aaron Rodgers is still there. Or
This year's still going to suck, but it just gives us hope. Maybe for next year. I think we have a lot of cap space and a lot of money to spend for next year. I think it's like us. We have like a crazy amount of money, and the next team under us is like the Patriots, who has like half the amount of us.
But real question: do you think the Bears can do anything with it? Will do anything with it?
No.
No, they're gonna screw it up.
No.
Okay, let's move on to other sports talk. What do you think about the Iowa Hawkeyes? Put up 7 points without a touchdown.
Karen is still muted. Do we have him muted? No.
No, how would we have him muted?
I don't know.
I hope this all
He's
stays
dead.
in there. I hope this episode is just Cameron trying to get back into the call.
No, the Iowa Hawkeyes suck. I mean, the fact that the defense scored more points than the offense is just absurd. Cameron, are you there now? Nope.
So I've come
Our
full
punter's
circle.
good. He'll probably go to the league.
If he doesn't, what punter does? He's amazing. So last week, I don't like our quarterback. Obviously, we have a dog shit quarterback. Our offense is almost trying to troll all of college football by being so bad. But I think I'm happy to be a part of a fan base that is just making it not fun for everybody. I hope we go like 10 wins, scoring like 10 points a game, tops.
Yeah. No, just straight Big Ten. Punt, safety, inch out a win, squeak out a win against Penn State. Like, yeah.
Our punter may be our best. Our punter's our best player, right? Even including our linebackers. Our punter is our best player.
Yeah. What sucks is like I think they're starting to implement a 12-team playoff in like 2026.
Yeah, we can hear you there.
No, Skype just randomly crashed on me and like everything shut down. But
We were talking about
I actually
loopholes
thought
and
you
time
were
holes
in,
and black
like-
holes.
I thought you were in depth thinking about your response to our question about time, and you were really going to lay it down on us. But
nope, Skype just completely shut down on me and took a second there to get that working. So what's your question? Black hole, space, time?
No, we got our little sports.
no,
talking, so
we're
we can
talking
go
about
back to
Iowa
that if you
football
want.
now. But if you want to go back,
I heard. I watched the game. It was sad. I mean, it's going to be a tough season.
No, I think it's going to be awesome. I think we're going to win a lot of games by being really bad at offense.
Well, we've
That's still
we've
not
done
gonna
it
be
before.
enough to get
We'll do it again.
Playoffs though. Until there's a 12-team playoff, which is like 2026, I think. That's not going to be enough for us to be anywhere considered. So.
No, I hope we just get to stay in the Big Ten. So when there's only 4 conferences, we're in one of them. If we got to keep winning as much as we can, Are
It's
people
gonna be
there?
a shock when like USC. No, I'm just thinking it's just gonna be a shock when those like Pac-10, like teams fucking.
It's going to
come
be
to the Big
embarrassing for them to come here and get beat by like Minnesota at 6 p.m. their time. They're going to fucking
Rutgers.
hate it. Yeah. What else we got? What's new in your guys'?
That's all I had for my notes. What do you guys got this week?
Did I already bring up the snail theory? Snail thing?
theory, no.
Okay, there's been this thing going around on Reddit of this like little snail. Let me read it to you.
Sure.
I'm gonna make it into my own thing though. After this, it says you and a super intelligent snail both get $1 million. You both become immortal. However, you die if the snail touches you. It always knows where you are and slowly crawls towards you. What's your plan? My thing is, let's say you get $100 million. The snail doesn't get shit. It's immortal. It's a killer snail. It's always coming to you. It's always crawling towards you.
Okay.
But it can't die.
It can't die. It's immortal.
Put a fishbowl
$100
over
million.
it and get on with your life.
Easy peasy.
It's super intelligent.
Okay.
It's always crawling towards you. Super intelligent. Maybe
but it's also super small. I don't know.
It's a snail.
Slow.
It's going to be slow. It's very easy, Mark. You pay someone to watch the snail and keep me updated on where the fuck that thing's at.
It's super intelligent. What don't you... What?
It's still
I
slow
go touch
moving.
it. I go touch it.
Like
I go touch it, and I end it on my terms. On my terms. I'm not going to let that snail rule.
Jordan says, "Fuck
rule
the
my
desert.
life.
Fuck underwater.
I end it on
I'm
my
dying by a
terms."
snail."
I like that answer.
I take away all satisfaction from the snail. My turn.
No, it's just funny to think about. Like you're just like sleeping. It's like slowly crawling towards you. Like you fly to Brazil.
You still have the movie.
It finds its way on a cargo ship.
You have the movie. It follows.
So
on
if
the
we're
brain
dealing,
still.
if we're dealing with a super genius snail, it's gonna find like a robot body to use. You know what I mean? It's not gonna stay in snail form.
Essentially,
Yeah,
the Pickle Rick
fishbowl
episode
is-
using a rat skeletons as its own.
Exactly,
bio.
exactly.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
So
And
you
you
end it
chose
on
a
your
fishbowl,
terms and you
Jordan.
touch them.
Jesus. Sorry, my dog is
Try
just
to
going
take the
crazy
snail
here.
out. Try to take the snail out at the same time, but nobody.
I just think it'd be
wins.
funny, like seeing the snail like come down like the street or up the stairs. You're like, ah, fuck,
Oh,
there it is.
God,
And you have to
no.
like, you're just like, ah, did you just walk past it? It's like, ah, damn,
Looks like I'm moving
It'd
from
be funny if you
Miami.
could just live a long, full life, just slowly avoiding the smart snail.
that's what.
It
That's
must
what I
be
was like. Just
frustrating
move
for
from
that
state
smart
to
snail
state.
to be like, oh, foiled again by my disability body and not being able to make evasive moves.
That's kind of just been the viral, like, what if? I don't know. I thought that was kind of
I
funny.
think I could just be fine. You just pay a guy to keep eyes on the snail, and every once in a while, be like, "Hey, he's 2 blocks down." Oh,
The
okay.
snail will somehow like tell other snails to like
Well, what's that? Who did?
come fuck this guy up.
They don't have to get to me. They're slow. They're snails. Sorry, there is a
Yeah,
cat-dog fight happening between my feet, and it is getting.
You're
Now,
thinking this
I
is like
do
the
need to
tomb of the
specify
unknown
that's
soldier.
one
Like, there's, like,
separate cat and one
people always-
separate dog. We're not dealing with a cat dog situation.
No,
here.
no cat dog. It's more my cat is trying to hide from my dog. My dog doesn't get that it's terrified and thinks it's playing with it.
I'm talking Nickelodeon cat dog. Does the shit come out of the dog or the mouth of the cat or the dog?
The cat
Back in the day,
seems
the wolf and the
sophisticated.
purr,
You would assume the
something
shit
calls
came out of the
them
dog.
And they'd probably all like it better that way.
Well, there is. I think there's multiple episodes when like dog is eating like a bunch of hamburgers and cat's like, no.
Oh yeah, maybe it's just whoever's eating gets the goes.
I think that's exactly what. I think
did
that's the
human
joke.
centipede steal from that? Did that
might
the cat
have.
dog
Well, no,
beat
because
human
that's butt
centipede
to
to the
butt,
punch?
That's just inchworm,
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah, that's just one being right there.
feline.
Little technical difficulties on this one. Sorry about that, folks. We'll make it seem a
Keep
little
it
bit.
in.
miss
Keep
ya.
it in. I think
Oh, we'll
it's more
keep it
fun
in.
to. I think the chase is more fun to see if you made it back or not. I was kind of happy. I hoped you didn't, but you did. You made it back. You made it back. I wouldn't have if it was me. I would have called you guys and be like, I'm not making it back, guys. I didn't make this one.
This is IT over here. I get shit done, Jordan. Well, thanks for checking out this episode of Erm and Herbert Podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure you like, subscribe, rate, and review on whatever your favorite podcast app is. If you want more content, you can always check out Cult Classics for movies, I'm Not Crazy for Conspiracies, and the High Wire Podcast for music stuff. Until then, we'll check you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.